don't just not do anything on your thank you page. This is found money. It's free money, guys. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing surveys with me, or you're just running a lead magnet on your own, or you have a situation where someone's filling something out on your page and you have a thank you page, take advantage of it. Get them to take an action. Either monetize the user or get them to ascend up your ladder, up your content ladder. They don't have to buy anything, but you want them to connect with you. What's up? What's up, Performance Marketer Nation? What's up, guys? So coming to you guys live, and I want to start continuing to do this where in the private Facebook group, whenever I'm doing some of these podcasts, I'm just going to come on and do the videos live with you guys. And if there's any questions, I'll answer them at the end of each episode. But as I'm coming on and I'm talking about some of this stuff, I figured I'd give you guys some value and connect with you guys a bit. So here we go. So I'm going to pull up my sheet here. So today we are going to talk about found money. Okay, I see a lot of people making these mistakes, and I want to go over this a little bit so that I can help people out here, because it's a big part of my business, and I see a lot of people not taking advantage of this opportunity. And what that is it is the revenue that you can generate on your thank you page. Now, when you're running a survey, it's very different than when you're going and trying to get a result, an outcome, but it's still the same concept at the end of the flow, right? You're going to give something to somebody, and then you're going to then try to get them to transition into the next step. If you're running a lead magnet or you're running any sort of offer, you should always try to take advantage of the thank you page. When someone's landing on that thank you page, give somebody the opportunity to take another action. Today, in my business, I have tons of lead magnets where we're generating leads. And on the thank you page for those lead magnets, we're doing anywhere from 10, 15 cents a user, all the way up to like $1 to $1.50 a user. And that may not sound like a lot of money, guys, but when you're talking about volume, when you're talking about doing it on an RPM, right? That's a revenue per thousand. If you're doing $1 on every impression that you get on your thank you page, and now you see 1,000 impressions, that means you're making $1,000, right? So there are people that are generating tons of volume out in the marketplace, and including us, right? So I think it's really important to understand the dynamic here. This could easily self-liquidate your media buy, right? If you get 25,000 impressions a day and you can generate $1 per impression, that's $25,000 in found money. That's huge, guys. That is gigantic. And I see a lot of people dropping onto a thank you page and saying thank you. Or, and I can get into this a little bit with how you do it on a survey. But for a survey, when you get somebody onto the back end after they sign up, if it's a thank you, then give them some sort of ability to take action. Even if it's not to generate revenue, you can get them to subscribe on your YouTube channel. You can get them to subscribe on your podcast. Join a private Facebook group. There's a lot of things that you can get a user to do so that you can build up your back end. Okay, so whether it's you're trying to make money or you're trying to ascend the user up your ladder or get them to just connect to you in a lot of different ways, This should all be done on the inventory that you have on your thank you page. Okay. And on a survey, there's two ways that you really do it. Number one, the first way would be if you're doing research, then you're typically going out and asking people questions. So if you're asking people questions on a survey, right? I'll show you a little bit right here, right? Then number one, on an investigative survey, you're doing research. So you're asking people for their opinion because you want to learn, right? So here you would have a thank you page. So as you thank them for taking your survey, what you want to do is you want to add something to your thank you page. There's a lot of inventory here. What we do is we have a product called ClickX in my company, and we syndicate search feeds and create listings on these thank you pages. And a user lands here, and what we do is we create relevant categories, relevant keywords to wherever they're coming from on the front end. And then if a user clicks on one of these keywords, then what happens is they go out to a search engine result page. And this has advertisers, ads. And when a user clicks on any of those ads, they click out to the advertiser, it's a payable action. It's a big product for us. We use this in a lot of different ways, but this is one way you can do it. If you guys, if anybody wants to monetize their backend using our ClickX product, reach out to me. There's a lot of ways you can get in touch. You can sign up at serverdetective.io. You can reach out to me on social media. And I'm happy to put you in touch with someone at my company, and we can get you set up for you to be monetizing your back end of any of your funnels, your websites, etc. Okay? So that's the number one way right here for you to make money. And I'm telling you, this is huge, right? One, you're not capturing any data. You're not sending any data or anybody's information to anybody else. And you're providing something that's relevant to them, okay, that they have some interest in. And then at that point, you have the best advertisers in the world bidding in all of these search engines. So it's a win-win for everybody. And this is, you use this when you don't have anything on your back end for your specific business. So a lot of people that will use this will be, if you're a lead generation agency and you're generating leads for somebody else, then your thank you page could be providing some ClickX products, some search listings that are relevant to the user. Or if you're an affiliate and you're promoting somebody else's offer, you can use this strategy, right? But if you're somebody who has your own business, your own core business, well, then in that case, you don't necessarily have to use this. What you might want to do is you might want to put on the back end of your thank you page a link to click out to join your Facebook group, or to book a meeting, or to connect their Facebook Messenger to you, sign up for your text message newsletter platform. Whatever it is that you're looking to get the user to do down the road, you can get them now to connect and start consuming your content today. Okay, and that's huge, guys. You're going to pick up a tremendous amount of people that would normally not sign up, right? So if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, for example, right, there's a way that you can do it where you have a link and they automatically, when they click, will subscribe to your channel. A message will pop up. So on the thank you page, just put a little bubble, little button, anything that subscribe to my YouTube channel, and they click, takes them out to YouTube, and you'll pick up some followers. And at that point, they start consuming your content. And then from that point on, hey, it's up to you to just deliver more content and start to get them to know who you are. And, you start to ascend them up your ladder. But the second way, so this is if you don't have your own product, right? So you would have if you're doing an investigative research survey on the thank you page, you're going to have some sort of call to action where it's either for you to generate revenue, okay, to self-liquidate, or to get the user to ascend, okay? And you're going to want to get them to connect to something that is free. You're not going to sell anything to anybody here. This is where it's free. Okay. Now, the second way is when you're doing a segmentation survey. Okay. And in this scenario, we all know the investigative survey is where you're doing your research and you're learning about your niche audience, right? And anybody that's continuously following me knows that a segmentation survey is used to not learn, but to identify which segment the person belongs in so that you can create custom messaging for that user, okay? And what you're doing here is you're taking the user through a few questions, our segmentation questions, right? Our demographic questions, our geographic questions, our psychographic questions, and our behavioral questions, right? To the end of where you're going to land somebody on their specific lead opt-in page based on the segment and how they answer their questions. Okay. So once you get them to sign up, and there's a whole format on how you would do that, but we're not going to talk about that today. What we're talking about is found money on the back end after you get the registration. So in this scenario, what you're going to do is you're going to want to follow a pattern, okay? Here, you're going to be trying to get a user to take some sort of action. So there's the transition period, right? This is your outcome. Okay? Here's your outcome. And in this scenario, right, it depends on who you are, okay? If you're somebody who's acting as an affiliate, okay, well then you're going to push people to a link that's not yours, right? You're going to link out. So if you were promoting ClickFunnels, take the user through the flow, you capture some information on the user, you've got them to answer your questions, you know what segments they belong in, and now you can link them out to your ClickFunnels offer or sales page, what have you, and then these users will be in your database, and then you're obviously going to go and communicate with them through email or whatever other data points you captured, okay? But typically, for me, there's a disconnect here. That's why I have this here. You can link them out, yes, and it works, right? But there's a disconnect because you're taking them from your survey now over to somebody else's platform. And in their platform, their messaging is going to be very, very different than the way that you would have your messaging for a user. So normally what I like to do is I like to use my outcome page, and then I would link them out to whomever I'm sending traffic to. If I am acting as an affiliate, if I'm sending traffic to somebody else's offer, then at least I control the messaging and the pre-frame before I get them to somebody else's offer. Very similar to how you would use a bridge page. The difference here is that we're using our survey, right? The beer method of how to go through this process. And now you're starting to customize a plan. You're starting to understand people so that now you can create this customized outcome page so that you can show them that you know what's up. So I'm going to go through here a little bit of the high level framework of what the outcome page looks like on a segmentation survey. Okay. And this is where you would use my outcome page and follow our format. So you would start off with the headline, that is going to be segment specific. And what that means is you are going to have different outcome pages based on what that person's desire result is, and also what their biggest pain points are, what their biggest challenges are, so that you can make it relevant to whomever's landing on this page. You're going to have the exact same headline that you had on your lead opt-in page earlier. Okay? That's important because you want to keep this conforming. You want to stay the path, make it very familiar to whomever's landing on that page. Okay? So this is identical. You don't have to make up a whole new one. I see people doing it all the time. They have a headline for their welcome page, then they go through the whole survey, and then when they land on the lead opt-in page, you're going to make it specific for each of those segments because you've now identified what their challenges are, who they are, what they're about. But there's no reason for you to change anything at that point on your outcome page. You've done the work. Just keep it very consistent. So from that point on, what you want to do is you want to keep it identical. Okay? You have a headline. Then you want to thank them for taking the time to answer your questions, right? Thank them because you want to show that you're appreciative of them going through this process and taking their time out of their day to spend on your survey. Okay? And now the idea is we're going to start to talk about their specific situation, right? We told them that we were going to customize a plan specifically for them. So now we have to deliver, right? So what we're doing here is we're thanking them, and then we're going to talk about their specific situation, and we're going to confirm that we have a solution just for them. Right? We told them that we're going to have a solution for them, we're going to design it for them, and now we're delivering on what we promised. So right now I have my headline, I have my thanking them, and I'm talking about their specific situation, and I'm confirming that I do have a solution right now for what their biggest challenge is, right? But before we do that, it's important, and this is why I'm adamant about sending it to my outcome page rather than linking out, is I want to acknowledge whatever I told them I was going to give them, right? So if I'm giving away a lead magnet to get them, to give them a little push, right? To get them to just get over the finish line and opt in and give me their information, I will add, in addition to the result of the survey that I'm promising them, I typically will add some sort of lead magnet. But what I do is I like to make the lead magnets specific for each segment. So based on their challenges, based on their pain points and their roadblocks, I'm going to provide to them a lead magnet. So as an example, here I'll read you one that I just did recently. Let me pull it up. Okay, so what I did was at the end of where I was now giving people the opportunity to sign up, what I did was I had these different challenges. So one lead magnet would have been, so in addition to me solving your issues that you're having right now in a minute, like right here, right now, I'm going to offer you a new email series converting cold leads into customers using the beer method, right? Or another lead magnet might be a new email series building a massive list of qualified emails using the beer method. And another one is new email series, how to customize your messaging to increase your conversion rate using the beer method. Obviously, you can see a pattern there, right? It's a new email series, and it's all around whatever my solution is, right? My method, the beer method, right? How I go about doing this. And all I'm doing here is taking these different desires, results that these people want, and I'm replacing them depending on the segment that I have, right? Right? Because this person's interested in converting cold leads versus somebody else is interested in increasing their conversion rate. So if they want that, I'm going to deliver it to them. I want to give them what they want, right? We've talked about this in the past. If any of you guys have listened to me earlier on in any of my other episodes, you want to, especially with cold leads, you want to meet people with where they are. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to give them what they want, not what they need, right? You're not giving them a solution. You're giving them what they think the solution is. You don't fight with people. You give them what they want, right? And it's just a quick fix. And that's okay because you're delivering. You're showing them that you know what the hell you're doing and you're solving a problem that they're having. You're giving them hope. You're showing them there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And you're showing your expertise, and you're also getting them now to understand who you are and what you're about. So what you want to do here on this page is you want to acknowledge that, right? So you want to acknowledge the segment specific lead magnet giveaway. Okay. It's important. You want to do this because people are signing up. You want them to stay on your page. You don't want them signing up and leaving because this is huge right now, right? The outcome page, the thank you page, this is real estate where you have an opportunity now to communicate with these people, right? On the outcome page for your segmentation survey, they're going to hang around because you're going to deliver some result. You're going to give something to them that they want. You're going to help them. They have a selfish motive. You're going to give them a solution to the problem based on them answering questions. So they're going to hang around. On your thank you page, right? If you were running like a research survey on your thank you page, there's no reason for them to hang around anymore. So in that scenario, that's why you want to do something quicker. That's why it's okay to try to monetize the user or get them to just link out somewhere to sign up for something. If you get one person to do it, it's more than you would have ever had prior to you running this investigative survey. Or if you're just running a lead magnet, right? And you have nothing behind it, then just on your thank you page, have a call to action, right? So here we're acknowledging on the outcome page for the segmentation survey that we're giving them this specific lead magnet giveaway, that you're going to get it, but where it's really important is explaining the deliverable and not only how they're going to get it, but the timing of when they're going to get it. So that's really important. So timing and how to receive it. The reason why you want to do this, and this is important, is because you don't want them leaving. So it depends on what your goals are on the back end of your outcome, right? So if it's, you want somebody to just click and register or click and go to your YouTube channel or click and sign up for your Facebook Messenger or subscribe to your podcast, well, then in that instance, it's relatively quick, right? So you would use timing such as that you acknowledge that you are going to get the new email series of how to convert cold leads into customers. Check your inbox. It will be there. We will send it in the next 10 minutes, right? Now, if you're going to want them to hang out and you want to take them right into a webinar, or you want them to watch a video on your outcome page. That's not a webinar, but just something that's going to continue to show them your expertise and let them consume more of your content. Then what you're going to want to do is think about how long is it going to take for you to show that person that, or how long is your webinar? And then you're going to add that into the timing of when you're going to deliver the giveaway. So if your webinar is 45 minutes, then you might say, you acknowledge the new email series, but, and you're going to want to check your inbox. We're going to deliver your giveaway in 1 hour. By doing this, they know it's going to their email and they know when to receive it. So they don't have to rush and get off of your page, and they don't have any anxiety, and you're just being upfront and you're communicating with them. See, like if you did that where you link out to somebody's affiliate link, there's no way for you to acknowledge your giveaway. There's no way for you to explain that you understand their situation, right? There's no pre-framing their mind. So it's fine to do it, right? What happens is if you don't do it, if you send somebody onto your outcome page and you're then going to try to get somebody to click out to your affiliate link, well, you're going to have drop off. What's going to happen is 100% of the people will not click to go to your affiliate link. So the reason why some people will take them from the lead opt-in page right to the affiliate link out page is because they don't want the drop off. They want to get as many eyeballs onto the affiliate link as possible because that's how they make money, right? So we can get into that later, but high level, if 1,000 people sign up, the next link for a consumer would be the affiliate link, right? So you get 1,000 impressions here. Over here, if you send them to the outcome page and you're still looking for them to click out, well, let's say 1,000 people land on the outcome page. Now you want to get them to your affiliate link. Well, even if you have a 50% click rate, well, then you're only getting 500 people to the page, right? Now, you always want to test this because these 500 people should be higher quality, right? You pre-frame them. These 500 people will be over here, but there may be some confusion. You're taking them from your survey to somebody else's offer. Like I said, it's fine to do it, but it's just something to think about. Number 4 is you're going to acknowledge this. You're going to tell them about the timing of when they're going to receive it to a point where now they're cool, they're hanging out. Number 5 is now you are going to relate to this person. It's time to relate. It's time to show them you understand. You're explaining to these people that you understand what's going on. You just asked them a bunch of questions. You asked them a ton of questions. And now you've learned things about this person. So now what you want to do is you want to take all that information that you've learned, and now you want to regurgitate that onto this outcome page and go through where that person's at right now. That person has some challenges. They've told you they've self-assessed what their issues are. Now what you're going to do is you're going to look at that and you're going to now start to relate to them on, you get it. You understand where they're at. You understand how they're feeling. You understand that it could be stressful. By doing this, the better job you do of describing their situation is going to take you to the next level. These people are going to feel understood. They're going to feel like, all right, I took the time here, but this was worth it. This guy gets me. He understands exactly what I'm going through. And now it just shows more of your expertise by you being able to tell them what they already know, but you're describing it better than they can, right? So the idea here is that you're going to go through that process. So as an example, just keep it short, right? Staying with, okay, well, you want to convert cold leads into customers, but you're having a hard time doing it. every time you buy ads, either the user doesn't sign up and it doesn't convert and you get no leads, or maybe you are getting leads, but the quality of those leads are terrible, right? Whatever you learned in the front end, you're going to speak to in this by saying, I get it, right? And it's frustrating and you're losing money and you feel like no matter what you do, you take the time to build out the lead page and the ad creative and the headlines and the funnels and all that good jazz. And it takes you a week to do that. Then you go and you get it live and it bombs. So you feel like you're making some progress and then it bombs, you lose money, and now you feel like you took 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. And at the same time, you're scrolling through your social media and you see some of your colleagues saying, what Ferrari should I buy? Or they're partying all the time, or their family is on vacation after vacation after vacation. And it seems like they're just living the laptop lifestyle and they're chilling. And it's like to a point where you're like, man, I don't get it. Like, how are they making that work? I just can't make it work, right? Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should give up, right? And you're relating to these people and saying like, I know what you're feeling. I've been there. And the good news is there's hope and I have a solution for you, right? So that's the idea, right? So you want to relate and understand and make them feel understood. You want to make them feel understood, right? You want to describe their situation better than they can themselves. Okay? So now once you've done that, what you want to do is, now it's time to act as their counsel. Okay? You're now going to begin to act as their counsel. So something along the lines like, all right, based on where you are at right now today, and now what you want to do is then again, you want to insert whatever that segment specific challenge, problem, roadblock is. What you want to do is you want to find a solution that addresses your specific situation, right? What we're doing is we're using all the information we learned and we're now making it specifically just for this person, right? We're not giving them a catch-all, a one solution for everybody that works for everybody. We're focusing on exactly where they are struggling, okay? So what we want to do is we're going to want to start to act as their counsel to now, that's a 7, list out in question format the desires that this person wants, the pain points and challenges and roadblocks that they have, in a way that's asking them types of questions. So when you say, okay, you want to find something that specifically addresses exactly what your challenges are, based on what their challenges are, right? You would say, such as how to convert cold leads into customers, how to get a cold lead to respond to you when you are never out in the marketplace, how to get someone to become your customer without them ever knowing who you are, how to get the right combination of giveaway with quality, how to keep the quality of your traffic the right way. So what you're doing is you're listing out one by one these questions, but you're really doing it based off of whatever the desires are that they want, right? And that's showing that you're going to take them down a path, right? The idea, obviously, in your back pocket is you have this solution, but you're giving them the idea like you should be focusing on this. This is what you should be doing. And they trust you at this point. Why not? At this point, you've listened to them, you've regurgitated their situation, you're starting to relate to them and create a bond, right? And now what happens is once you start getting them and listing out all these questions, it's transition time. It's transition time. This is the time now where you're going to explain to them what you have done. You're going to start to talk about what your offer is. Here, you're going to be describing what your core offer is. You're describing what your core offer does, what the solutions are, and you're doing it based off of the segment specific situation. So you're just going to reorganize, depending on the outcome page, which one goes first in the questions, right? So number one would be on the converting cold leads into customers on that outcome page. But for the other segment where the person might be losing money on ads, right, and can't get anybody to convert, right, then in this one, we would talk about how to not lose money on ads, how to increase your conversion rate, right? So I would still have everything else below. I'd still talk about converting cold leads into customers over here. So I would still have this on segment 2, right? Segment 1 would have this number 1 question very different. So this would be the cold into customers, right? And here now on segment 2, it's the 4th one. Does that make sense? So you just rearrange it to make it relevant for whomever's coming through. That's what I'm saying when I'm explaining to people, yeah, you have 4 pages, but you're really keeping the same stuff. You're just personalizing it based on that person's situation. Because if there's 10 different objections and you can knock down all 10 of those objections, well, then you need to focus on whatever that objection is for each person coming through so that you can now get them to the door, because every person is different, like we've talked about, and different people are going to buy your product for different reasons. So here, what we're doing is we're giving them the framework. We're talking about what they should be doing. And now here, we're going to start transitioning them into your core offer, right? So you're going to start to describe to them. Well, this is why I put together this video training covering all of the things you need to know here in a step-by-step process that will allow you to, and then you insert, again, whatever that desire is. But step-by-step process on how to convert cold leads into customers, right? So core offer, right? So your video training, or you put in a challenge together, or you put a guide or an ebook, something that you're going to be giving to them that's the solution to their problem. And now it's sell time, right? Now you've gone from all this information over here, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps of you communicating with them and showing them that you get it, to now it's time to show them what they need to do. This is you telling them this is your solution to your problem. I know your problem. I have the solution, and it's right here, right? And now you go into the details. So now what you would like to do is, like any other sales page, on number 9, what you'll do is you'll bring up your segment specific. I keep saying segment specific because what you want to do is, no matter what you're talking about, you want to list everything based on that segment, based on that person. Okay? The characteristics of that person. So it's all relatable, right? So here on the FAQs for the logical buyer, right? So up to here, someone can click and buy your book right here. That's your spontaneous buyer, right? That's your person that has emotion. That's me, right? Like me, I'm buying it right here. Buy. It's on emotion. That's your emotional buyer, right? I just saw all this. I'm like, man, this guy gets me. Oh my God, yes. And now he's telling me all the things that I should be doing. I'm like, yes, I would love, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And then I get up here and he's like, oh, well, so then you're now answering all that and you have all of that put together? Oh, I'm in. Boom, right? Now, normally with something like this, it's got to be low ticket. You don't want to try to get someone to buy something here. I'd say, that number of 47, I would say nothing above 100. It's $97, and that's even pushing it. I would stay more towards the $47 to $17 range, just to get somebody to engage and start to pull the trigger and buy something. Of course, in your funnel, you could have your order bumps and then your upsells and try to get them to ascend in the sales funnel, right? But the idea here is that you're going to get the spontaneous buyer. So on 9 here, the next step, now you're going to take all the FAQs. You're going to take the questions and get out in front of them, and you're going to now list the questions and answer them. Knock down objections for your logical buyer. Then number 10, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your segment specific. You guys know what it is, right? Testimonials. You're going to show proof, right? This is the buyer that needs to see proof, right? They heard what you had. They like it. They're in. They're loving it. They've got questions that you are starting to answer. And all right, now like I'm digging this, and now, but I still I just need to see how it works. So I gotta need someone else do it first. So what you're doing is you're showing your proof. You're doing your testimonials. So that could be videos. That could be Facebook messages or handwritten, whatever you want to do to show people. But what you want to do, and again, segment specific, is you want to have testimonials that are relevant to the people that are coming through your flow. So if segment 1 is a male in his 30s, well, then you don't want to lead with your testimonial being a woman who's in her 60s or a college kid who is just getting out of college. It's not relevant. You want to marry whatever your testimonials are with the demos that are coming through this program. And if you can find somebody talking about the exact challenges that these people are having, even better, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't put other testimonials on the page. You can, but like the same thing with when you order your questions or your benefits, you want to do it segment specific. So you want to show the first bunch of testimonials that are relevant to them. If you have enough, then don't overwhelm them, but you want to keep it relevant. Okay? And then what you can do is you want to add in some segment specific bonuses plus the core offer and show them how to pull the trigger. So you're just sweetening the deal there, right? We've talked about this. You guys all know about that, right? You're sweetening the deal with their bonuses. So if you buy right here today for a one time only, you'll not only get this video training that's going to answer all of your questions and solve your problems, you're also going to get, and boom, bonus 1, bonus 2, give them whatever the options are. So that's the concept here, right, of what this flow is like. But the point is that we've gotten them through this entire segmentation survey, and now we have the opportunity to really make an impact on this person immediately in real time while they're focused and just went through your flow. You want to hit them immediately, because if they leave and you don't get this done, there's a good chance they're not going to think about you ever again. Right? Maybe they see you later down the road, maybe not. But one of the rules when you're generating leads is you want to get to those leads as soon as possible. You want to communicate with those leads as soon as possible. Now, this is just one of the goals. You're going to base this off of whatever it is that you're doing on the back end. And there's a lot of different things you could do when you have your calls to action. So different types of calls to action. There's really two main ways you can have a call to action on your back end. Okay, and this goes for your thank you page, and also goes for your outcome page, right? So I'm going to list some out, but high level framework, you're either going to offer something free or you're going to offer something that they're going to pay for. Okay. Now I can give you some examples of this, of other ways you would use this, which would be, for example, you might want somebody to book a call. You might want somebody to book a face-to-face meeting or a virtual meeting, or be part of a free membership or a challenge, maybe a phone consultation. Maybe it's a checklist giveaway. It could be a quote. Okay. These are all where you're getting somebody, certainly on the thank you page, where if it's something quick and you're learning and you're getting something from them, you're learning from them, then you don't want to offer something that they're going to pay for. It just doesn't make any sense. They're going to be like, you just asked me for my opinion. I gave you my opinion, and now you're trying to sell me, and you might turn them off. So you don't want to do that. But what you could do is you could give them something that's relevant to them, which is value for helping them with whatever their problems are. And you can do that by allowing them into something exclusive, like your Facebook group, or taking the time to talk to them on the phone, maybe letting them come onto an exclusive webinar that's limited to only 20 people, things like that, right? But so if you're going to sell something, you never want to sell anything that we talked about certainly over $100. Really, you want to stay like in the $17 to $47 range, something low ticket. So you can do like an ebook, a report, a guide. Maybe they pay for a 30-minute consultation with you, things like that, right? So the idea here is that you're going to get them to take out their wallet, and that further qualifies them. If they're willing to take out their credit card and buy something, well, then that lead has just exponentially gone up in value, right? They've already taken out their credit card. They want to buy something, right? You have leads where you can score your leads when they take free stuff, and there's ways we do that. There's strategies we have in our method that I'll talk about another time. But certainly if they're going to purchase something, that's boom, that's huge, right? They're showing that they're a buyer. Buyer versus prospect is night and day. So that's huge. And that's why you want to just get them to start buying something. If you're somebody who is a high ticket coach, or you're selling some sort of high ticket sale, or you're selling a training for a few $1,000s, well, in that scenario, you're going to need more time to get them to pull the trigger. So you can either pull a piece out of that, like a little piece, and sell them that at a very low ticket. Or what you could do is you can now give them a free consultation or get them into the webinar to explain it to them. If you're selling software, you're giving them a demo of your software, right? This is all free stuff you can do, right? You can also sell it. If you have software and you have a membership or a subscription, what you can do is you can give them a free 7-day trial, or you can give it to them for $1. $1, you can use my platform for 30 days, try it out, see if you like it. And if you do nothing, you'll get charged. If you don't like it, cancel, no worries. But you're getting somebody to pull their credit card out, right? There's different trains of thought on this, because a lot of times there's these freeloaders who will take the free, but they're never going to buy anything. If you find people that are never going to buy anything, then just, you don't want to focus on them. They're not your diehard customers, not the people you're going to model. That's not your persona. So ideally, at some point, you're going to get them to pull the trigger on something, right? But so some ideas on things that you would do, right? So we talked about you can demo your software. Let's say you're somebody that teaches public speaking. Well, perhaps you invite them to come to one of your events where you're speaking, or you come to an event where they sit with you and they watch your students up on the stage talking, right? And hopefully they're thanking you for getting them past their fear or showing them how to deliver their business. And all of a sudden they're killing it and making money. And it's all because you helped them out. And if they thank you, that's even better. And the people there are seeing that, and the relationship instantly, boom, goes up. Your close rate goes up dramatically, right? If you're a coach, at the end of this, you could position your outcome page to have a free discovery session, taking them through the step-by-step process that they're wanting and needing for their problems. And you're going to take your time to talk to them. And during that call, you're going to try to convert them into buying something from you, right? Coming on board with you and selling your high ticket. Another way you can do this is if, let's say you're selling solar panels, or you service a pool, you can offer a free quote with no obligation whatsoever. You can get somebody to book an appointment for you to come to the house. And now you can assess the situation and give them the quote. No obligation whatsoever. It's free to them. And it just takes it to the next step. And when you start to meet to them, you're at their house, you're going over stuff, and you're starting to create a relationship. And now you're providing them a service before you ever charge them $1, right? And people appreciate that. You took the time, you came to the house, you assessed the situation, and now you're explaining to them what they need, you're showing them your expertise. It's a good chance you're going to close that person, versus you trying to just sell them something by linking them out to get a quote on your pool service. It's not the same thing, right? Other ways you can do this would be, let's say you're a chiropractor, or you're a dentist. Maybe you're someone that provides a service such as Botox. Well, in that scenario, what you can do is you can get somebody to come into your office for a free service, a free consultation, a free massage for a chiropractor, a free cleaning for a dentist. And what you'll do is, as you're giving the massage, if you're a chiropractor, you're training them to look for certain things that are bothering them that now you can communicate with them about. Oh, you're having lower back issue on the L4, L5. Let me check it out. And you start to touch them, show them some things, and you make them feel better. And all of a sudden you converted them from a free massage into a new customer. Someone coming in for a free cleaning, and you identify they have 2 cavities, or they want to get cosmetic look and feel of their teeth so that they can have pretty teeth. And now they're spending, $7,500 with you from a free consultation, from the time of you just giving them a free service, right? You give them the Botox. So all of a sudden, women do that. I don't know a lot about it, but women do it. Men do it also. Not to discriminate, but so the idea is I've never done it. But you'll go and then they'll freeze your lines, and then they'll love it. And once they do it the first time and they have a good experience, they're likely to come back. Or maybe you offer them something right there and then of some sort of discount, right? We all know how to do that with a bonus, right? Similar to what we talked about here. Same thing you're doing on your sales page, but just in person. But what you're doing is you're getting people to take an action, to come somewhere, to just, some people, they just, once they get to the office, you get them in. That's why car dealerships always want to get them into the dealership. They don't want to give them a quote over the phone. They want to get them in to the dealership. And there's a reason for it, right? The close rates are dramatically higher versus giving them a price so they can shop it all over the internet with all the other dealers, right? So these are the kind of things that you want to do. But most importantly, guys, don't just not do anything on your thank you page. This is found money. It's free money, guys. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing surveys with me or you're just running a lead magnet on your own, or you have a situation where someone's filling something out on your page and you have a thank you page, where take advantage of it. Get them to take an action. Either monetize the user or get them to ascend up your ladder, up your content ladder. They don't have to buy anything, but you want them to connect with you. So, guys, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, here's the board. I always take pictures of these notes, and if people request it, I'll send it to them. I know you guys, I get a lot of requests after the show's over where they want this, so I'm happy to give it to them. They also send questions, so if you have any questions, fire away. I'm happy to answer them. But for the most part, that's it, guys. Here you go. Found money, free money. Everybody likes free money. Free money, free money, free money. So take advantage of your thank you page. Make sure if you're using surveys, your outcome, here's your framework on how you would go about it. So good luck, guys. Hope you guys are having a great summer. And I will speak to you all soon. So appreciate you watching. Appreciate you guys being on the podcast. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the podcast, Performance Marketer Podcast. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Eric Beer, we put a lot of content out, and there's a visual if you like visuals. We have our blog on our site, ericbeer.com. And if you want to sign up to Survey Detective, it's surveydetective.io. You can join our community, get the latest news on as we're rolling out new features and we roll out our new platform. You'll be on our VIP waitlist because we're not going to launch it for everybody in the beginning. So only specific people are going to get it. But I do have a monthly recurring membership for the performance marketer where I show people exactly how to go through this process. And then you use our Survey Detective 1.0 version right now. And it's closed. I had a founding members launch a few months back, and I'm debating whether I open it up again for some more people once we get the first group of people out and live, which is happening any moment. So I'm pretty pumped about that. We're going to see a lot of good results, and I'm going to open that up for people to join this program. So if you're interested, you need to be on my list to be notified when this is happening. You need to pay attention. And you're going to become a performance marketer. In the performance marketer, we teach people that are coaches or somebody who's selling an e-commerce product, or if you're not really sure what you want to do, we show you how to figure out what product you may be interested in. Or you may just want to generate leads and become a lead gen agency like my company. And that's a big business, guys. You don't need to have your own products to be able to generate revenue. For just being able to do all this survey detective, the beer method, the segmentation, the customizing the messaging, and staying away from this universal message. So you would just sell advertisers and generate leads from them, and they would pay you on a cost per lead. And you then would, one, be able to build up a database for yourself, two, make some money while you're figuring out what it is you want to do for your own products and services. So that's another option for you guys. So there's a lot of things that can be done here. It's through the Performance Marketer membership program. And that's going to be combined later on with the training and Survey Detective. I'm going to have the trainings and Survey Detective combined as one of the packages. If you want to use the platform without me training you, cool, do it whatever you want. But I'm going to have an option where if you want to be part of the training with the platform, where I show you how to do it, help you, take you step by step on the exact ways to do this, and then you then can execute on my platform, no brainer, and then boom, your business can skyrocket. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to put that out there, but appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are kicking butt and taking names. This is a good time to be out there. I know it's been rough with COVID, and I know some companies are struggling, but there are other companies that are knocking the cover off the ball. My company had its biggest month last month, and we're trending to have a bigger month in July, which is ending tomorrow, and I'm excited about it. So the future is bright. So get out there. If you haven't started already, just go. Just get started. The future is now. Do you stay the path? I'm telling you, just don't give up. You can do it. You can do this. So, all right, guys, have a good, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.